tactics or what we're doing or where we are at this stage, Janet, but certainly when the time's right, we can talk about those things.
Has the demeanour of this man changed since the 5 hostages escaped this afternoon?
Well, look, again, what's happening inside those premises are things that will need to be resolved amongst our negotiators. We have the very best negotiators in the world on the job right now. And so at this stage, rather than second guess or give them anything that might cause some grief for those people that are caught in there, we're not in a position to talk any further about that either.
What do you know about the condition of the hostages inside?
Well, I understand that no one's been injured, and for that, if that is true, we are grateful.
The hostages that have come out, what's happening to them? Will they be allowed to go home tonight? Have they been asked not to talk about what happens on the Café and social media?
Look, certainly they'll be working with us to assist in making sure that we get a peaceful outcome in this particular event. Look, the one thing that I can say is if people are being contacted by hostages, particularly the media, we'd ask that you put those people and ask them to ensure that the man inside speaks to police, speak to our trained negotiators. They're the people that can resolve this, that can help them in this situation, and certainly they're available and would be looking to talk to the man that's certainly got control of that particular building right now.
Has he been known to police?
Beg your pardon?
Has he been known to police?
We won't go into the details about who's in there, how many are in there. We're not in a position to do that at the moment.
Do you know who is in there?
Certainly at this stage we're putting that picture together, but at this stage in terms of numbers, who they might be, we're not at liberty to actually go into that information.
Can you tell us those 5 people, did they escape or were they released?
Again, they're out of the building, and at this stage, rather than talk about how that happened, we're just pleased to see them out.
Do you have any idea that you can tell us of his motivation at this stage? Is sectarian violence spills into Sydney?
Look, again, at this stage, motive. There are many out there that would be surmising. In fact, there would be many out there that are guessing. And at this stage, we're not in the business of speculating. We're in the business of investigating. And so we'll continue this investigation. We'll get to the bottom of it. And at this stage, again, all I can assure you is we're doing absolutely all we can, and we'll do even more to guarantee the safe release of these people.
How many police are going to be involved in this operation?
It's too hard to say, Lucy. We've got so many that are involved now. We are certainly looking to increase those numbers in coming days if this drags on. We're hopeful that we get an outcome, and of course that's what we're all praying for. Having said that, we'll put as many police as we need to into this operation because it's just that important to us.
Can you tell us about the hostage that was taken to hospital?
I understand that one hostage did go to hospital for a pre-existing condition and was treated for that. There was nothing that came from this event that caused that person to go to the hospital.
How much information have they been able to give you?
Again, we won't be in a position to go into that. That's unfortunately, look, I'd like to give you as much as I can, but right now that is as much as I can because first and foremost, we're going to look after and make sure that we do nothing that could in any way jeopardise those that are still in the building.
You've addressed the hostages directly, so you're acknowledging that they have unsurprising access to social media during this
There's no place on earth that doesn't have access to social media. We know that, and accordingly our plans are built around that.
And Commissioner, when you talk about contact with the hostage taker, do you mean direct contact as your negotiators have actually spoken to him?
Look, again, the means by which we're communicating is something we'd rather keep close to our chest at the moment. At this stage, suffice to say, we have got contact with him.
There have been large crowds of people sort of standing around and watching this today. Would you ask them not to come in tomorrow to look at this unfold?
Look, understandable, because in a vacuum, when there is not a lot of information out there, people don't quite know what's going on. Having said that, as I've already said earlier, I want to praise Sydney-siders for what they've done today. They've been responsible in the way they've behaved in the face of what is a quite fearful situation, and clearly in behaving that way it's made our job a lot easier. Now I can only ask that would continue. There's no need for people to be in and around that area, for there is nothing to be seen. Again, if we can get that level of support tomorrow that we got today, we'll be in a good place when it comes to managing crowds or any such gathering that you're talking about.
Have you cleared the Opera House and other buildings of any possible explosive devices? Or?
We are only at this stage dealing with one location. We are not concerned at this stage about any other.
And so was the reason for locking down other buildings, like the Opera House, because you did have information that you needed to investigate about other locations?
We needed to be sure that those locations were safe. They have been cleared and deemed safe.
Because of some information that you had? Or?
Well, certainly we were acting on advice, and that advice is something that let's build on that. Again, if people see something, we want you to tell us. We want you to ring the National Security Hotline. If you see something that's happening, ring 000. If we need to respond urgently, don't hesitate. Use the 000 number. That's what it's there for. But at this stage, again, we've certainly had a lot of support from the public, and we would encourage that to continue. If you see something, say something.
Are you certain there's just one gunman involved?
Again, we're not going to talk about numbers, and we're not going to talk about those that might be inside that stronghold. Suffice to say, at this stage, we know it's at least one.
We speak about the role social media's played in this so far. Looking at some of the posts out there from other people and talking about reprisal attacks and whatnot, what would be your message to other people in Western Sydney, for example?
Well, clearly reprisal attacks are something that should not happen. At this stage, we need to let everyone just settle down. We want people to remain calm. There are large numbers of police that will be involved in ensuring that we have a level of safety and in fact confidence that people can go about their business normally in any part of New South Wales, particularly at this time. And so those police will be out there. You've seen them more recently after big operations like Operation Appleby, where we've had groups that were involved in making sure that there was community confidence that the police were there to serve and to keep everyone safe and secure. That will continue.
We have seen threats being made online to places like the Kingdom Mosque. Are police monitoring those?
I can assure you that we're working with community leaders, as the Premier's indicated, and we are working towards ensuring that everyone is kept safe. And so that will continue and will go on.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.